My dear students, previously we were discussing about education and civilization. Today we will discuss about the British effort of educational activities in India. Britishers came to India as traders and later they became the rulers. So when they became the rulers, it was their responsibility to educate the people. So they began to think about education. There were efforts by the leaders of India in the field of education to help the Britishers in providing education. We will come to a person named William Jones. He came to India in 1783 as an additional judge to the Supreme Court of India of that time, which was established in Calcutta. He was a linguist. William Jones was a linguist. He had learned English, Latin, Greek, French. When he came to India, he learned Arabic, Persian, and Sanskrit. So he began to read Indian books and even translated many of the Sanskrit books to English. So he loved Indian language and literature, old books, writings, everything. He was very happy of it. So he began to propagate that Indian education should be as per the Indian culture and Indian customs. Teach the children in the vernacular language. So naturally, madrasas and padasalas or Gurukula system of education were supported by Britishers in the beginning. But later on, we come to a scientist, a social scientist, James Mill, who was a utilitarian. Utilitarian means a person who was supporting the ideology or ideas or the thinkings of utility of doing anything. So such kind of scientists were telling there is no use of teaching vernacular language to the people. They must study European language. They must study English. And we must give more importance for scientific activities or scientific studies. So there was a friction between these two groups, Orientalist and Occidentalist. Orientalists are the persons who supported Indian education or Indian culture in the education. Occidentalists are the persons who supported Western education to be in India. The medium of education also should be in English. So, like the two divisions were there in India. In the beginning, Orientalists were successful, but later on, we come to know that Orientalists are losing the grip, and Occidentalists take the lead in education. So, a person named Thomas Macaulay, he wrote with great enthusiasm that Indian education should be in English medium and in Western style. So, madrasas, even Benares Hindu universities, all those things were established, but all diversions are taking place after Macaulay, and ultimately Macaulay's recommendation, government put up a committee, and committee has given a report, and Charles Wood, education or minister in charge of Indian activities in the British Parliament, gave a nod to India, and Indian education turned into the Western style. So higher education will be in the Western language, and the primary education was said to be in the vernacular language. Vernacular means, the language of the local people. Malayalam is a vernacular language for this. Kannada is a vernacular language. Telugu is a vernacular language. Even English is a vernacular language when we go there. Okay. Language of the people, of the locality of the people. That's the meaning of the vernacular language. So, the Woods Dispatch has agreed, and British government agreed to open universities in Calcutta, Madras and Bombay. But we had to just go back a little into our education system. A person named William Adam, he was a Scottish religious leader. He went to the villages of Bengal, Orissa and Bihar. He went around 1,000 Padasalas, 1 lakh Padasalas. 1 lakh Padasalas he went. And he told that 20 lakhs students are studying in 1 lakh Padasalas. So, education system was functioning. But in those Padasalas, classes were not regular. There was no fixed textbook. There was no fixed timetable. There was no fixed examinations. Whenever the harvesting season is over or planting season is over, when the students and teacher is comfortable, they would come and study something. Proper examinations were not there. Proper issuing of certificates were not there. We know nowadays certificates are issued. Certificates are the verification process, stating that this person has completed this course, so he is eligible, or his standard is this as per the studies. It's a certificate. In the certificate will be written percentage of mark, how much he has scored, is able, everything. That is certificate. So nothing of that sort was there in the Padasalas. Some of the children would come, they would study, some will go in between. No attendance register was maintained. No fixed salary for the teacher also. So that kind of Padasalas. So he has recommended to the government, and government has taken the initiative to regularize the system. means linked all the institutions. Government will have records, there will be inspections, proper examinations, proper books, what should be studied, and syllabus will be there for the teacher to teach and the students to study, and the examination will be there, and certificates will be issued. It's a normal procedure has started. Now we know in the system there are different kinds of education systems in the modern period. State syllabus, central syllabus, all those things, and records are there, and compulsory you must attend the classes. And ultimately, when you complete a course, you will be given a certificate stating that this person has completed this course. He is eligible according to the standard of this one. So those things were there. That has come into Padasalas into non-flexible systems. Discipline. Families were made to pay. Fixed fees was there. Salary was given to the teachers. So all those things had taken place. I know, but Britishers had in their mind an educational system where they will have some clerks or the persons who knows how to read and write and calculate. Previously also I told you, literacy means your eligibility, your ability to read, write and do arithmetics. They wanted clerks. Clerks are only writers. They don't have the capacity to think, or they are not asked to think, write whatever is told. But in India, there are some scholars. During the national movement, we come across our father of the nation, as well as Rabindranath Tagore. Tagore was Nobel Prize winner for literature for his book named Gitanjali. And Gandhi had his ideas about education. So both of them, they had their concept about education. According to Gandhi, Western education focused on reading and writing rather than oral knowledge. It valued textbooks rather than lived experience and practical knowledge. Modern period, most of the institutions, we are having that problem. You learn about a bulb burning. You are asked to put a switch, but you don't know how to connect a switch. Practical knowledge is not. Do you know that when you put the switch, negative and or continue, electricity is permitted to continue. So there will be light burning. But you don't know how to connect those switches. So practical is not there, only theory. That's what Gandhiji is telling. So you must be able to do the things, you must be able to test the things and experience the things and know. That's what Gandhiji tells. And Tagore tells you have to be with the nature, live in nature, do the activities with the nature and learn. So the education institution started by Tagore is known as Abode of Peace or Shanti Niketan. So Tagore wanted Western education as well as Indian education will be combined together. So be with the nature, but scientific learnings. Because Western scientific progress of that period was something great. So both should be mixed up. Both we should have. That was the idea of Tagore. And after independence, we have got our national education plans. And by latest we know 2020, we have got a national educational policy. New educational policy, and this new educational policy has is going to bring a lot of changes in the educational system. Let us hope so. Thank you.